Your best employee is killing it at your competitor. Finding great hires is hard. It's especially hard because many of them aren't looking for work. They're too busy doing great work for your competitors. In my over 40 years building teams, including as the VP of HR at Microsoft, I've made and seen some outstanding hires. Some of the best have been made by attracting talent that's working elsewhere in your industry. The keys to attracting this talent are research and patience. The first challenge when looking for talented hires is where to find them. Certainly you can go to hiring sites or job fairs or other mass market sources. But if you're looking for the best talent, very often they aren't looking for work. They have a job and they're doing great work for your competition. To find those people, you need to do some homework. And it starts with identifying your own universe, defining the world small enough to be manageable and researchable. Ideally, you want to try to define this world down to the top 10 or 20 people, at most 50. These are the top people in your target zone, the people who would change your project or company forever. But what if I'm looking for a program manager? Aren't there millions of them? No. Every job role has a niche if you define the world narrowly enough. Look at program managers who know your industry, your technology, your specific market. You want to find someone who has demonstrated experience doing exactly the job you need and doing it at the top of the game. So define your search radius to be just those very few people that you know to be the stars in that narrow zone. The value in hiring these people is that they're already experts in your field. There would be almost no lead time to being effective. They can bring new insights and perspective to your team from day one. You find these people, you learn their names by understanding your niche, paying attention at industry conferences, reading industry publications, searching around on LinkedIn, lurking on the subreddits and Discord servers where they hang out, researching your competitors and their org charts, asking your own top talent who they know in the field. Build the list of the 20 or so people who are top of your niche, the people you'd hire if given even the slightest chance. Once you narrow the world down to this small number, you need to do a lot of homework. Find out their name and every contact you can get for them. Multiple ways to connect will be helpful. Know their history, read all the things they've written or shared, research their current role, especially the organization around them. Understand their current company's place in the industry, its leadership, its prospects, its troubles. All of this can be helpful when making contact. Then reach out to connect, not to ask them for a job, just to connect. Try to have a call with them. Try to understand them and what their drivers are. Are they driven by money? Is it recognition, title, family, technological advances, changing the world? What do they love about their job? What do they hate? The goal is to make connections, not to try to troll for the hook. You want to understand this person so that when the time is right, you can offer them something that meets their needs and dreams. Because convincing someone to leave their job is hard, and it's best done when they want to do it for the right reasons. You want them to be coming to something great, not escaping something terrible. When I led the Visual C++ team at Microsoft, we wanted to hire the very best people. In one case specifically, we were looking to hire the best minds in compiler back-end optimization. This area is the geekiest of geekdom, all about literal bits, single ones and zeros in computer code. We were able to identify 18 people who were the best of the best in this narrow field. We assigned a recruiter to each of them. The recruiters would call them up once a month or so, just to have a conversation. Not would you like a job, but talking about work, about the latest technology, about the industry, about life. A kind and understanding ear on the other side of the phone. There were many of these chats over many months. One prospect worked for a company run by a famously volatile CEO. Often the conversation would turn on the anguish caused by the leader. One day the recruiter called just minutes after a particularly terrible meeting. The prospect was broken. The recruiter convinced them to fly up and take a look around. We rolled out the red carpet, not just interviewing them, but also enticing them with the challenges and prospects of working with us. We had already prepared a detailed offer letter that we gave them for their flight home. We also prepared them with the exact talking points to use when they quit and when the expected counteroffer came in. They signed that night after talking with their family, quit the next day, resisted the predicted pushback, joined our team within a week, added amazing value to help turn our compiler into the best in the world, and stayed at Microsoft for the better part of a decade. Call it what you will. Some people will call this poaching. I call it recruiting of the best possible kind. We hired someone who was unappreciated, and they, again, left for all the right reasons, to go for a better opportunity. As long as you're extremely careful and upfront about keeping all competitive company knowledge separate, it works beautifully. Rely on their industry knowledge and personal expertise, not on trade secrets, and you'll be fine. Non-compete clauses are an occasional hurdle, but unless the person is uniquely skilled and very high up in the competitor, they're difficult to enforce. And recent changes in regulations will remove that barrier entirely. So get out there, find the stars in your world and convince them you have a better job for them. Get them killing it for you, not your competition.